Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Will Dragon and this is All Quiet in the Trenches. You join us as we go back to camp after... Well, that was an interesting battle. I thought we held our own quite well and I thought we did... We actually did pretty good, but once again, of course, we had to retreat. We do, however, have high prestige. We have an abysmal mood. And Con is in the field hospital. Only a 2-point injury as opposed to a 3. So that's good. We do, however, have bad recovery across the board. So, I mean, if that keeps up, Smithbauer and Dana are hospital bound as well. Trenches lost, what a disgrace. I see you were at least able to take prisoners, a small consolation. Yes, we did. We basically ran away with a Frenchman. They shouted retreat. So it was like, all right, we're going. You're coming with us. And we retreated with a Frenchman. Con's wound is getting worse. We are going to offer help and accept. What have we got? The latrine is filled to the brim. Why would you do this? We are going to be gambling with collapse by the looks of it. Ask for a favor. I lied, let's leave. I thought I'd ask for some time off, but it seems like they don't want time off. Are you people not exhausted? Yes, they are all about to collapse. Dana in the field hospital. I mean, I don't know if one person's going to make a difference, but if we can get that down by 1 pip. And I'm sorry, latrine duty. No, you're injured. Let's send Linux the man. Linux amazing. Linux, we're not going to get any better food rations, are we? No, standard rations. Not meager rations. Standard rations. Don't you dare starve my troops. How long is it our next food shipment? Okay, a while. Then, a while. Now, just before we went to battle, we had an opportunity to offer help with the harvest. But the problem is that because at the time it's happened, I've just come back from battle, and obviously I have nothing to spare. Like, nothing. So let's go ahead and hit next turn. Do not be sitting at a desk, but that shouldn't happen. Con's not injured enough. Since we were far from the nearest field bookstore, the soldiers could only get bookstore newspapers by mail. When a mobile world library stopped near us, and I apologize, Bildungskanone. Some of my soldiers made their way there, but lots who presumably hadn't noticed my presence yet only commented. They only have the military leadership's capitalist brainwashing anyway. Now, yeah, I apologize. I probably pronounced that more like I was trying to be a Nordic Viking. Got a point, but at least it keeps boredom at bay. Lotz looked disconcerted for a moment. He hadn't expected me to hear his line, but when he realized that I would not denounce his critical words towards the military leadership, he relaxed. Granted, Marx is not something you read for relaxation, he replied with a laugh before following the others after all. Yes, go get a book. Please don't have collapsed. Okay, Linux has collapsed. And we have Pedersen. Unfortunately, a turn too late. Shaken removed. Relieved removed. He is now upset. Is it because I made you collapse? He hasn't even... Oh, yeah, there it is. It's collapsed. Yep. It's because I made him. And so we also got nothing off. Changed down to bad mood, though. That's probably because we've actually added some decent rations. Pedersen. I am supposed to report to you. Lots. The whole group is exhausted. Few prisoners of war in our camp. Ooh, I might keep it. It doesn't add any exhaustion. So I don't know. I think I might try and save my week off for another week. Is there anything else? Offer help. Accept. Leave. Supply is running low. This is true. Now, unfortunately, I still can't help with... Now, this is not relaxing, but it's also not tiring. So, I'm not going to risk Smithbauer. He can rest. Poor man, he's a little bit injured. Let's hit next turn. Although, what's the point, though? Didn't he rest last turn? Not that it got me anything, clearly. Yes, I need to get the field hospital 1 pip down. Casper Pedersen caught my eye at dinner. He was staring listlessly into a stew and kept peering into the others' bowls. Pedersen, leave the man alone. What do you think you're doing? I reprimanded him. Zielinski looked uncertainly back and forth between the two of us. Pedersen turned to me without haste. Meat is important, he simply added. We are here to defend our Vaterland, not for good food. He is very unpatriotic. Supplies are limited. We have to make do with what we have. But I am from Swelswick. We are Danes, Pedersen replied, as if that would change the situation. Now we're in the same boat, I said and put my hand on his shoulder. I hope you see it the same way. It seemed a little mechanical, and I could tell he was still very unsure. It would certainly take some time to gain his trust. In any case, he was very obviously aware that my conciliatory gesture did not change anything about his empty cookware. Yes! Hospital is full, is going down a bit. But the heat wave has turned up to also now exhaust my men. Good recovery added. Sweet, so I can ignore the hospital for now and let it kind of sort itself out. Determined to remove nauseated. What's he nauseated for? Oh, probably from being in the hospital. Yeah, that actually makes sense. Down to strained, of course. People recover in the hospital faster than anybody. Bad weather added in various forms. Heat wave down to an abysmal mood, but the hospital is only now full. And even our comrades in the trenches soon. Has barely lifted a finger. What else have you got for me? Expand the rear trenches. How are we looking? Damn, I don't think that means he's going to give me... I should have asked all in the same sentence. No. Yeah, I didn't think so. And that's going to go and ruin my mood even further. Because expand the trenches is rough. Couldn't anymore. It's all useless. Anyway, fantastic. He no longer feels belonging. Right. Who here now is also this miserable weather. Well, I mean, look at him. Look how demoralized he is. Lack of work ethic. Can't take anymore him, so none of this. My body's broken. I don't even know what I'm doing this for anymore. Forever on and on to our doom. I'm still going to reprimand him. If you say so, Herr Unteroffizier. He doesn't care. Dejected added. He actually doesn't care. Yeah, I honestly don't know what reprimanding him there gained me other than annoying him, to be honest. Never mind. Where's that pub visit when you need it? If I ignore his thing, it'll probably go down by about a whole level as well anyway. But my people may rest, and we're going to the trenches in 3 turns. So... I'm going to ignore him. And risk his ire. Hopefully we don't go into a low mood. I'm happy to lose all of average. So my men and I sat together in silence. Lots was engrossed in a newspaper. The picture of a steamship in it piqued my interest. What happened there, I asked, nodded my head towards the picture. Oh, it's a mess, said Lotz, in those exact words. One of our submarines has sunk the Arabic along with some American civilians. And that's after the whole mess with the Lusitania. Smithbauer drew in a sharp breath. The Lusitania was loaded with ammunition. Our navy had warned them in advance and had every right to sink them. Every right? Yeah, Lotz roared. They were civilians. Oh, he's got a bit of morale. They were civilians and children, over 100 children, and almost all of them were killed. The naval blockade with its starvation plan has left the navy no other choice. Smithbauer countered. Yep. Can't influence what happens there anyway. Lotz turned back to his newspaper. The topic didn't come up again for the and Lotz has lost any of his morale he just had. Well, there you go. Pedersen came back to camp with a whole crate of food. He placed it with the rest of our stock and wandered off. Whistling and lost in thought, when our eyes met, he hesitated for a brief, unsure moment before muttering a friendly greeting. I do not mention the food, because we need it. Tired has been removed. Tired of war has been added. And he is now intimidated, which worsens morale. Okay. We are still on average prestige. Supply is running low. But yes, I feel like that means that it went over the limit. It's now slightly dipped back down. The unit is tasked with guard duty. Didn't even mention the fact that I didn't help expand the rear trenches. Didn't even mention it. Oh, it's still there. That's why. And the delay will have consequences. Has lost me half a bar already. All right, then. I physically can't do it this turn. We'll fail if not done this turn. Well, if they put it that way, this time I'll make an exception for you. Oh, my days. That's going to put me in low prestige, but it's going to save my men. Ooh, look at that. I need to go and do something heroic. Like, really heroic. It was a painful choice, but I think it's going to be worth it. Oh, of course he's just became feverish. I mean, we can't have my troops recovering now, can we? Ay, ay, ay. Kick a man when he's down. Upset removed. Nauseated removed. Login removed. Tired of war added. Feverish added. Change to a bad recovery. Change down to strained. Change down to tired. Yeah. Why not? Why not? Khan has developed a severe fever. Latrine is filled to the brim. Don't tell another oh no, I have no jobs. Current workload, offer assistance, accept, leave. Right then. Treat fever, you're the most important thing. You're social. All you guys are distant. Wow, you're the only good choice. Actually, the best choice is Linux. Which I feel like I should be allowed to use him for this. I mean, you know, he's not really doing much. I'm sure he can help treat a fever, you know, mop his brow. I'm sure he's got that amount of energy in him after 3 weeks in a hospital. But no, they are actually changing the collapse mechanics briefly, I believe, with the 0.9 update. I hope it's going to come in the 0.9 update anyway. So you are going to go and assist in the hospital. Along with you, and that puts you on latrine duty. And let's get ready to rumble in those trenches. Lotz was engrossed in a newspaper. I looked over his shoulder and saw that he was reading news from the Eastern Front. The author of the article was making fun of the riots and strikes that had broken out in Russia. Russian soldiers, originally deployed against the protests, had defected to the protesters. This will weaken the Russians. Yes, yes, he stammered, caught off guard. Lenin, he coughed and then paused. I wanted to know more. Locke looked at me conspiratorially. Conspiratorially. Lenin no longer wants to campaign for war. He calls the war advocates in the labor movement social chauvinists. He said quietly, and he clutched his trouser pocket, where I suspected photographs of his wife and children to be. I'm not a pacifist, he then assured me. I just find it interesting that in Russia, class division is being reconsidered. I saw hope in his eyes, and at the same time, I knew that I had no revolt to fear from him. So what was the harm in giving his passion a bit of room? Did he like that? And he's lost all of his points. He's lost most of his points. Good recovery removed, as has bad recovery. He's still feverish, though. And tired has been removed. Nauseated has been added. We lost a lot of bad points. Hospital full has been removed. He is now, however, exhausted. Hey, collapse removed. He's just made his way back to us. Let's hide all. Have your people ready. It's back to those trenches. He's not quite back on his feet yet, but I had to let him go. Because we have, you know... Oh, he's actually still lying there. Because it's not like we haven't emptied everybody from the hospital. Where's my poor man Con? There he is. I'll be back for you. You stay strong. Oh, he's actually still down to a 2-point wound. You can make it, man. You can make it. We will be back for Con. So, at this point, all I really want to do is keep the hospital empty and gain prestige. Dana, You are completely exhausted. Go recover in camp, except... Alright, so he's back in camp. I am going to full-blown use this to attempt to get my guys recovered. Defensive positions. Well, we need to rebuild an emplacement. Rebuild an emplacement. Build defense. Now, I think, if I remember correctly, they are going to make it so that when you leave a trench in a shambles, you can come back to it not in a shambles. They've tried to make it so that I think the AI kind of might rebuild things in the interim. Which I'm looking forward to that update as well. Because as it is at the moment, having you guys be the only ones that do any work gets a little bit rough. Let's maintain those trenches. Pedersen, Linux, because you can stop being lazy. And superpower. We've got full of everything. Is there anything I can do? That's going to be a 2... Build machine gun nest, right? I'm just going to go and turn that on. Because that has to happen. Have we heard something about building ladders? Which... could be very useful. They've visually gotten themselves stuck there. That's fine. You don't know. I don't actually want those ladders there. Not at this point. I don't think I want that in placement. I could do with rebuilding, or maybe at least this, so that we can actually get through. That's going to be another 3-man job. So let's hit next turn. And let's go to tomorrow. He got a bit better. Change to bad mood. Woo! Mood's getting better. Change to ration and ammunition for 2 days. Pedersen. Going through here. Now there's also this miserable weather. Yes, we could do with the heat wave going past. I'm sure it will, and at which point I'm sure it will probably go straight into being freezing cold. The French have a sniper in the area. He already shot some of our comrades. Yikes. And von Karsbrook, we've had quite a battering. Get it done before you're taken away, so organize your time well. Repair destroyed positions. Rebuild everything. So that would be that and that, because I assume that's... yeah, that's rebuild, that's rebuild. That's set up, and that is build. So I assume they don't count. That's rebuild, set up, and set up. Oh yeah, they've got little stars next to them as well. Let's see if these are the same. Yeah, that's a rebuild, and that's a rebuild. Okay. So, we are hunting that prestige. So let's look to get that done. Fetch ammunition. No, fetch rations. Which would be you. Okay. Let's go to the next turn. Alright, well there's one. And now we have technically our passage to get through the middle. Let's go and put the other 2 on the board. On Karsbrook. We need more space here for reinforcements. Now the problem is, because I've got a smallish squad, actually having the number of people whilst doing a job to be able to do this is a little bit hard. Rations have gone up. Tired has been added. Okay. So we have to dig bunkers. I'm actually going to push you so that I can send you back from the front roughly when he gets back, I think. And I will use Linux. Fetch ammunition. I will use you. And unfortunately, I can't do these, so I will have Pedersen, well, rest the best he can. Let's hit next turn. What if I get interrupted by a battle if I technically then fail the rebuild task? Because that would be harsh. Tanner is back. Oh, and now we are stuck. We are stuck in our trenches, so we won't be rebuilding a thing. And they might also blow a few more things up, so that'll be fun. I'm sure we'll manage to just do fine. Now, we don't have to go for rations and ammunition. I don't think I'm going to send any of them out. I mean, they all hate me. Like, truly, truly hate me. I think I'm just going to hold up in my bunkers for this turn. Recon is going to slip us by. We're still holed up in the bunkers. Food and ammunition have both dropped down. He's now strained. Now, I think they are going to change it so that if you want to send them as well, and these, it's been so long since some of these things have come up. I think they're going to change it so if you want to send someone back to go and rest and recover in camp, they will happily do it when you're being shelled. You don't have to convince them. Like, they'll happily leave the front line to go and do that. Now I'm just going to hit next turn. I'm going to hope we go down to maybe half artillery. The artillery has fully stopped. He's now exhausted. And we got rations for a day. Right. We hardly have anything left to eat. That's fine for now. The trench was direct... Literally the piece I've just gone and repaired, and you know that that's going to count as a rebuild again. That's so rude. That's just rude. I mean, rebuild everything, and they still keep blowing it up. And, like I said, you know, you turn up and you're the only one working. So, you know, rebuild that emplacement. So, we're going to be pushing some soldiers here. Fetch, ammunition, fetch, rations. I've got 3 positions left to do, well, 2 now technically, and I have 5 turns in which to do it. Depending on what job he gives me. They've been busier than usual up lately. How did my rations have gone up, ammunition stayed the same? Fetch ammunition will be... Oh god, the things are so similar. Will be you. And lots. Go recover in camp. Alright, 1 more thing left to rebuild. Now I get I'm ignoring recon, and this could have bad consequences. But, just kind of how it has to go a little bit, to be honest. Okay, so we can now rebuild this, and as this turns off the thing, I'll be so happy. Because, you know, once it's turned off, then if we potentially get something else blown up, well, then it should be good. Nice. There you go. We got about a quarter-ish to a third of a bar of prestige. So we've done a bit of that prestige hunting. Changed our rations went... Oh no, I did tell him to go get rations. Let's hide all. We got a couple of people who are exhausted. Linux, you are questioning the morality of life. You go recover in camp. Accept. Leave. What have we got left? 3 days. Dare I go down to 2 people? I'm going to do it. Go recover in camp. We should get lots back. Maybe even next turn. Should be good. Go fetch ammunition. We'll send Pedersen. Next turn. Have we got lots back? Now, of course, I could even now be given a task that I cannot complete. Reporting back from my break in camp. Rested and ready for orders. Oh, nice. So he is back. We still have no jobs. I've rebuilt everything, but I'm not... Oh, do you know what? No, I'm going to build this machine gun nest. Just in case they do suddenly decide to come running over the hilltops. Skirmish has been added. Down to rations for 2 days. Up to exhausted. Go recover in camp. I should get 1, if not both of these back next turn. I think it's Lots is the one who's faltering, isn't he? Yeah, everyone else is fine. How are you? I mean, yeah, Pedersen is strong. I don't think any of the others are strong anymore. No, they're not. But he's the only one faltering. Fetch rations. We'll send Pedersen. We'll keep Lots a little bit fitter. No, hopefully the next turn we get to go back to camp. We'll find out. Are we being relieved? They're down to tired, and they should both be back. They have changed up to strained. Rations are looking good. Ammunition is looking pretty good as well. Pack your things. We're relieved. Huzzah! We're actually going back in pretty good condition. Reporting back from my break in camp. Reporting back from my break in camp. So yeah, no, we're actually looking pretty good. We've got 2 guys that are pretty well recovered. He didn't manage to get any recovery on the go. Although these guys got back. We've got then 2 guys on strained, 2 guys on simply tired, but 1 guy who is exhausted. I can't see the 2 guys that are just strained. So we're going back not too bad, but we are also going to leave it there. We do have a soldier to attempt to save in the hospital. Hopefully this very sunny weather moves on soon. That's going to massively help my soldiers' morale. Hey, he just turned up. Look at him. Look at his enthusiasm. You gotta love it. And so until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed it. And until we see you again, I hope you stay safe, happy, and healthy.